Jamie Foxx is still in the emergency clinic, yet they delivered this on his Instagram. We understand what the arrangement is. They're trusting that his clone will hatch and arrive at complete development before they discharge it onto the world. Jamie Foxx is the following one. Will get cloned. I means it's very clear individuals could say well on the off chance that he did, and they needed to restore him. That implies he's as yet alive. How might you make sense of that simple clone? Jamie Foxx, the commended entertainer and multi-layered performer, winds up at the focal point of a holding debate as he enters his fourth 7-day stretch of hospitalization. This time we have been met by unfathomable news. Genuinely, how can this even be within the realm of possibilities? Late news has recommended something genuinely unbelievable. Has Jamie Foxx been supplanted by a clone? Individuals on the web positively think so. This Twitter client said Jamie Foxx is certainly dead, and I will not be shocked assuming they have a clone of him, as they accomplish for Kanye when he parts from his MK Ultra. This man, in a real sense expressed get out, was about him in the event that they haven't cloned my monitors. He's been under profound programming, and he won't be a similar one. More client brought up that either Jamie Foxx is being cloned, or he, as of now, kicked the bucket in his PR group, is standing by to put out the announcement. As per reports, the 55-year-old American entertainer experienced an undisclosed unexpected issue while dealing with his exceptionally expected Netflix film back in real life. Yet many have considered what is this difficulty that no one is by all accounts able to discuss. Reese reports propose that Fox's family is planning for the most obviously terrible, adding further fuel to the speculative fire. TK Kirkland is well threw a wrench into what we knew. Stand by. So Jamie was in a state of unconsciousness for 7 days. He wasn't coming for 7 days. When was this? That is the point at which he originally went, and he was, and he had recently awakened, so he was out for 7 days. On May 9th, Fox's girl, Corinne Minister, shared an apparently harmless video on her Instagram account. The video included a commercial they had teamed up on together. While it at first seemed, by all accounts, to be a standard advancement, fans rushed to analyze each edge, looking for hidden hints about Fox's prosperity. Clerics going with subtitle first. He's figuring out how to match up his telephone with his hashtag Intel Fiendish PC. Before you know it, he'll be altering photographs without help from anyone else. Gradual steps at eye of Jimmy Foxx. Gradual steps hashtag Please Little Girl ignited a flood of translations. And guess the notice of gradual steps and diocesan subtitle quickly grabbed the eye of Fox's committed devotees. Many estimated that it could represent his slow recuperation from the undisclosed sickness. The remark segment ejected with messages of help and supplications, with fans hypothesizing about the deeper significance behind Minister's words. The viral idea of these conversations immediately spread across virtual entertainment stages, enhancing the interest and concerns encompassing Fox's well-being, who's out for a week. And afterward, they began delivering a gradually that he had hypertension, while substantial insights concerning Foxx and stay slippery there have been good omens. Reports demonstrate that his condition has balanced out, and he is as of now not in impending peril anyway. Clinical experts are treading carefully, directing exhaustive tests to guarantee his total recuperation prior to considering his delivery from the emergency clinic. Furthermore, specialists have focused on the significance of stress decrease in Fox's recovery cycle. In the midst of the vulnerability encompassing Fox's well-being, a dubious hypothesis has arisen: the chance of cloning a few people, except that Fox's hospitalization fills in as a cover for the cloning system with his supposed trick twofold in his most recent movie, assuming a focal part as the associated clone. This hypothesis attracts upon verifiable examples with cloning hypothesis Hollywood and exploits the persona and mystery encompassing superstar culture. What's the point at which you return watch when you return focus on all that it won't be the very Jamie Foxx that we know on account of Avril Lavigne theories arose proposing that she could have passed on a while back just to be supplanted by a clone named Melissa. Fans, energized by Avril's striking changes in facial elements, design decisions, and melodic style, couldn't resist the opportunity to come to an obvious conclusion and find hints concealed inside her tracks. For example, the powerful tune "Got Away" the hypotheses arrived at new levels when Avril took part in a photograph shoot, gladly showing the name Melissa scratched on her hand, leaving many confused. And charmed in the meantime, Beyonce, the dominant sovereign of pop, ended up at the focal point of constant hypothesis, with new speculations arising routinely. Perhaps of the most frightening case surfaced when a dedicated fan posted a convincing correlation between Beyoncé's over a wide span of time appearances. This persuaded some to think that Beyoncé had made a troublesome death in the year 2000 and was supplanted by a clone. The schemes frequently connected to the scandalous Illuminati gave energy as recordings purportedly uncovering a phony child knock and catching unconventional way of behaving during a ball game circled on the web, leaving fans both confounded and care-serious in the domain of cloning hypotheses. Miley Cyrus arose as a subject of interest once the exemplification of Disney's healthy picture. Miley went through a significant change, embracing a provocative consideration. Looking for persona, this incited child to address whether the change was basically an entertainer of something more vile was affecting everything. Examiners proposed the possibility that Disney, to safeguard their image, coordinated Miley's destruction and supplanted her with a clone who could adjust to a more controlled and oak picture. The thought got momentum, particularly when it was found that Miley had utilized a body twofold during her shows, further powering the gossipy tidbits about a mystery clone having her spot. Eminem, the commended rap craftsman, wound up snared in tales, encompassing his claimed recovery spell in 2005. A few scholars recommended that Eminem's accounted for restoration was simply a concealment for an alternate truth. As per these guesses, the Illuminati, at any point present in such accounts, coordinated his destruction in a fender bender. After he declined their challenge to join their undercover positions, fans fastidiously inspected Eminem's changing actual Element's hairline, and surprisingly, his voice, looking for any irregularities that could demonstrate the presence of a misfiring clone, consequently adding an additional layer of interest to the generally disputable universe of rap. Katy Perry's ascent to distinction crashed into an eerie and sad story: the strange homicide of 6-year-old John Bennett Ramsey. In 1996, incredibly, a few scholars proposed a surprising association between Katy Perry and John Bennett. They hypothesized that John Bennett, a long way from meeting a disastrous end, had self-isolated exclusively to re-emerge years after the fact as the global pop star known as Katy Perry. As per this account, John Bennett shed her previous character